Again, I think I talked previously also this overhyping in our current social media's landscape, particularly about AI and this. I mean, there is already a, a way too big overhyping sentiment, right, for AI. But this I don't like. I now I don't like way too much um, about this Elon doing kind of hyping things close to the falsehood, basically. Like so much so he he kind of says outright statements which are very similar to lies. Like he might not be anywhere close to anything, but he has learned this thing from Cybertruck marketing, right? When he has kind of has learned this tactics of marketing where he has nothing in his hand, but he starts building market for that by kind of um overhyping things, like talking about Grok, right? Grok, I try to talk to it a couple of times in the day. I own a Tesla. I have Grok in my Tesla even, right? And try to talk. And recently he showed up in this Peter Diamandis podcast, and in the beginning itself, it just got caught. It was not good. The results were not good, but you will only figure it out when you compare it with chat gpt or anything. And if chat gpt didn't have any value, Elon might not be fighting his uh, dick upright down. Uh, he's like standing on a third leg to kind of win a battle against open AI. He's not letting them go even. Okay, fine, it's okay, you gave the money, but that doesn't mean uh, that it's okay, take your money and go home, man. What I'm trying to say is that now I am up for it. Like he should have won. Like yes, he did this, but knowing that both of them are not clean, like both the guys are not clean, then who are you favoring, right? And kind of Elon being one way, he kind of becomes a big guy and kind of too good, and then on the other hand, he also go very cheap. He had developed this skill, or I don't know how or what, but I'm just saying that he has both the sides, right? He can go like really, really cheap and stingy, and kind of he kind of go very cheap. Um, so much so that he can lie outright. He can do, and then nowadays he just does it on screen in front of everybody. Um, Same kind of like a grifting uh, behavior, similar to kind of Andrew Tate kind of, and many others like in the Western uh, marketing landscape. But then it just doesn't settles well with me. Like Grok at this point, if I have to say, right, Grok, occasionally it is good, very occasionally. And if I have to compare with ChatGPT and Grok, ChatGPT is very professional grade, and Grok is kind of better than Google Home at this point. Uh, does more chatting, but kind of behavior wise, it sucks. And that is the whole thing, right? When you market Grok as very intelligent, very, you know, like then the intelligence should be very much evident. It cannot be a puppet of Elon trying to kind of and this thing is common with all the AIs, but still it is more with Grok, like trying to extract more from the customer than the value it provides to them. So these are basically appendages of these monopoly AI companies. You may think that these AIs are helping you, but in the end of the day, you will lose more value than you gain. That's the whole point of centralized AI. In centralized AI, you will never be benefited um, as much as you lose. Okay, always remember that thing. I mean, be very careful when you interact with these AIs. They are way, way, way too dangerous. That's what I wanted to say. And in the name of humanity and all those things, I mean, come on, there are so many tiny problems in this world that you cannot just push forward for humanity to, expand the consciousness and all those things. Dude, people, you know, like there are still very too many things to, tighten, or too many loose ends in a very simple program or simple software, which are not working. Like there's so many simple things that can be just fixed in even Tesla or anything that any company makes, either Apple makes or Tesla makes or anything. There are like little things that they can fix, but they can't. And then they say, AI, consciousness, robotics, you know, Optimus, droids, all those things. But and then the job will go away. It will take it, like coding will go away. It will take those jobs by lightning. Dude, it can't even chat properly. Can you just fix that at least? Right? And then stop overhyping, make it good. People will say it, and that's how you'll know it. Come on. So that's what I mean. It's been a while I've seen a good product out. Maybe my idea of good product has got quite different, but everybody is just throwing a very subpar product in the market for people to kind of fix it for them. Be it Meta, be it Google, be it OpenAI, be it Tesla. They every company, because they figured out they are the only ones, right? So once a company figure this thing out, right, it gets very hard to kind of see quality, because what you are getting is the best out there. So and then they sell you all of that in the name of humanity and consciousness and cool and saving the planet and making lives better. I mean, there are so many innocuous evil agenda that these guys run behind the scenes. It just makes me a little concerned. Yeah, that's it. That's the only thing. I don't want to drag too much of it, but I'm just saying that all the marketing that Elon runs, I think it's all fake and fraudulent at this point. Unless he delivers a product good enough and let it mature in the market and let it mature good enough in the market, because he would really rip you off in terms of the pricing. He's very good in kind of building stuff or getting things. At least he's very good in managing humans in all kinds of ways, intellectually, comically, um, sincerely, and even power wise. So, and over the time, he has amassed good enough amount of wealth and good enough amount of people also. The people's wealth is very strong for him, not the money strength. And he is way similar. He's mostly similar to government at this point, and which is also should be very concerning for American people. That he is more powerful than the government itself, and even governments of the country and other countries will bend down to him. He's kind of reaching a very, very, very prophetic cult like personality, I guess. He would run the last warfare, maybe. I don't know. But I'm just saying that he's kind of at that level. Okay. Who knows? He's Satoshi or what? I don't know. He has good understanding of everything actually. All things can like He kind of he has in the last 20 years he has created the world which has already been envisioned by him, and I think yeah. But regardless of all those things, like that does not make any normal human's life any less important than him or anybody else, right? Everybody has a right to live. Everybody has a right to not follow the rules of another human. As simple as that, right? They are equal inheritor of the world, right? Um, and just because somebody happens to hoard or acquired more, regardless of the means, doesn't make anybody else less than them. I just don't, you know, particularly not totally by your own hard work and effort, right? Being able to, um, yeah, this is the later learned skill by me also, that maneuvering people and positioning yourself just contractually differently doesn't make you any better, right? That's the whole thing, you know. And that actually destroys the concept of country for many people, even the citizens. I'm not talking about the immigrants. People most of the times kind of blame these invisible immigrants for no reason at all. Because there is, of course, there is no reason to blame them, because without, look at yourself as a citizen also, like how much wrong you are able to do. So if there is something is happening, right, it's not happening without any supervision, without any legitimate permission from somebody else. So whatever is the state or the situation of the country is way it is being permitted by the people who run the country, right? Either the scenario of the women in your country, or the immigrants, or any economic condition, or any general thing, right? It's a very controlled state. It's not like you think that even the state of the crime and all those things, right? Everything is surveilled and everything. You cannot do anything wrong. Then how can you think that, oh, this is happening without the surveillance, or the without uh, the proper notice paid by the attention, in the proper attention of the government? No, it's not that way. Everything is carefully crafted, right? So stop blaming a normal person who is just trying to earn, your country may not be your country even, right? There is a way for every country, and I think people should be learning that, right? You, or else you can stay confused all your life, just feeding off of the agenda or the narrative of the people who run the country. But regardless, as far as Elon is concerned, do not just buy into, like, overall. I'm saying the mainstream marketing, either politically or corporate wise, think, what think out of the box means is that think out of the 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 boxes, the invisible boundaries of nation, religion, caste, color, creed, and think as just as a human, and then you'll figure out, okay, here is the problem, right? No matter how otherwise, and even let me tell you a very simple test to run, right? Is that whatever the mainstream says the problem is, right? Think of a world where that problem does not exist, and see how better your situation or scenario uh, gets, and you'll figure out it would not change much. Those are invisible problems. Those are created problems just to keep you distracted and busy, so that you are easy to govern. All everybody wants is just how you can, you know, pass or get through your day, taking on maximum pain and maximum burden and maximum misery, and still not complain or complain to the authority or to the people who govern you. Instead, you kind of find a other invisible reasons, maybe God, maybe hope, maybe that's life, maybe luck, fate, or some invisible immigrant, or some created agenda or something, but not to the people who are actually responsible for it. That's the whole weight of, or maybe love also comes under the same category. I'm just bringing it up, but I'm just saying that this is the whole thing. So you may fight the other, your neighbor or the other individual around you, and that will keep you busy, but that will not get you through or get you up in your life. Anyway, go home. Bye bye.